Tim, good to see you. How are you fixed for Friday squad-wise and injury-wise ahead of the game?
Trying to think who missed. Murph was back in. Jack still got a little knock on his knee, so he shouldn't be too far away. But I think Murph's back into the squad. Aaron Healy's back in as well, which is brilliant to have. And I think that's it. I think we're Conor Drining's back fit again. He should be available hopefully. And that's just Malik. I think it's Malik and Jack now are the only two that I can think off the top of my head.
Yeah. Another big win on the road for you last Friday, Tim. Goals coming from a lot of areas, so that must be pleasing.
Yeah, I spoke about the start of the season. I thought we'd have a lot of goals in the squad, and I know it was heavily reliable on Keats last season. He had a great return in the Premier Division, but it is something that we looked at, that we wanted to try and get more goals from different areas of the pitch. And I think Jaden's obviously come on and sealed the win for us with a really good finish. Obviously, capitalising on a mistake in the defence, but it was a very good finish on a pitch that wasn't easy to carry the ball with, so he took it in and had a good finish. And obviously Muzz gets a really good header from a well worked corner kick routine that Richie and Hamill had worked on.
Yeah, it must be a great place to be, as a manager of Tim, and for the players, that when you go ahead in matches like last Friday, you're hard to score against, so when you score, percentage wise, great chance of winning matches.
Yeah, and again, it's an area you want to try and improve on. I thought Harps had a few chances in the first half that we were a little bit poor defensively for. I think particularly the one where I think it was fairly broke from I think it was a wide free kick to us, and we were probably a little bit sloppy, and he got in behind Bagsy and Harry, and Brad's made a good save with his feet, and Craig's covered well then for the rebound. And there was a few other chances as well. So yeah, listen, it's an area we're really pleased with the return and clean sheets. I think it's 9 now in 12 games we've had, so we're really pleased with that. But again, it's an area that we want to try and improve on in every game.
Yeah. Kerry on Friday, you beat them obviously on match day 1, Turner's Cross, Jack with the 2 goals. What did you kind of make of their performance against you that time?
Listen, that's so long ago now. It's hard to judge. It was the first night of the season. There was a big crowd there as well. So looking at them in recent weeks, they've had a really good run there. I think we're unbeaten in 6 or 7, and I know they've had a couple of results there now the last few times out. But they look very fit. They look very organised, very energetic, and they carry a big threat as well. So again, for us travelling down, hopefully there'll be a big crowd there as well. And
it's meant to be a sellout, is it?
Yeah, please God, if it is, that's brilliant. And again, it's another game that we're going to look at as a tough challenge. It'll be our first time playing there this season, so it's going to be a tough outing for us. But we're hopefully, if we can perform to our best and be as solid as we have been, we're looking to try and take 3 points.
Yeah, they've only one win, but as you said there, they've a lot of draws in there, so they've made it tough for teams, obviously.
Yeah, but I think there's a couple of them games really drew. I think they probably should have won them games as well. And again, if you look at the return even on points now, compared to last season, it's an improvement. So they're a lot more competitive, organised, fit, and again, it's not going to be an easy place for anyone to go this season.
Yeah. When will it come into your head like that? You can go the season unbeaten, or will that ever enter your head?
No, it won't. I'll try and go this weekend unbeaten if that's the short goal, but no, not in any way whatsoever. Thinking anything like that. We've got to now try and manage the games that we play, and we've spoken about it as a group that there's a little bit of a gap there, but we want to try and make sure that we don't slip up before someone else chasing us does, and we can try and maintain that gap for as long as possible. It wasn't easy to get the gap. It was very hard work put into try and get a 7-point lead at the top of the table, and it's something that we want to try and maintain, and if not, try and improve on. And again, if we drop points over this weekend, then the chasing pack don't, it's a very, very little gap down at that stage. So we'll focus on Friday, hopefully try and get a good result, and then Saturday morning or Friday night after the game we'll start focusing on Monday, and then we'll focus after Monday on Friday, and it's literally is game for game.
Yeah, I was going to say that actually it's a big weekend for you, obviously with 6 points up for grabs, and good to be back, bank holiday Monday back at the Cross as well, and hopefully it should be a really good crowd at that one as well.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. I think a couple of work's gone into the ground as well, which is brilliant to see. So, yeah, listen, we've missed the last two away games we should have had at home, and we didn't have them at home. So I think it's been 4 weeks or so since we've played there, and we're itching to get back in. But obviously, listen, we've got a big game Friday night before we start worrying about Monday.
Good luck over the weekend.
Thanks.
Thanks, Jeff.
Shane, do you want to come in there?
Yeah, Peter.
How things, Joel?
Just that you mentioned there Sean Murray getting a very well directed header there. He started the last 2 games, and previous to that, his kind of, I suppose, contribution to the team has been kind of less than you'd like, given injuries and stuff. How pleasing has it been to get that start into him? And if you could talk a little his influence on the group since he's come in, even outside of a playing capacity, with the experience that he brings.
Yeah, I think that's a major part of it. There is the experience that Muds brings is massive, but it's not just that; it's his quality as well. In possession and out of possession, he's a goal threat as well. Obviously, he started a good few games at the start of the season, and then he picked up a hamstring issue before Limerick, and I think he missed maybe 2 or 3 games, and then it was coming off the bench in a couple of games. So it was great to have him back in the last few games. Again, against Longford, he possibly should have scored. He got into the box, and Josh pulled a good ball back to him, and he hit the keeper with it. But then he gets a goal against Finn Harps as well, and he had another one just past the post. So we're probably going to see the best of Muzz now as the next couple of months go on. And again, with the pitches all firming up and getting a little bit flatter as well, it'll certainly help players like him.
Yeah, I actually was able to have a walk at the pitch at Turner's Cross myself yesterday. It's looking well. In fairness, the work has gone well. Apart from, I suppose, maybe a couple of the patches that have just kind of more longer term damage, and that will need kind of special attention. But it's looking well, and the weather and the work has done the job.
Yeah, I think that was always going to be the case with the weather and the amount of rain fall that we've had. Sorry for the start of the year was always going to be an issue, and it's good to hear that the pitch is looking in good shape, and obviously getting back into there the weekend for the ladies, and I think Friday night for I think it's a Munster Junior Cup final, I think it might be. So yeah, that's brilliant.
Youth are there this evening as well. So
all right, yeah. So that's brilliant that there's football back at the Cross, and again, from my point of view, it's for us to get back in on Monday is really exciting. But again, we're looking at Friday night and a huge game down in Kerry, which is going to be difficult for ourselves on Friday, and then we can focus on Monday when the final whistle goes on Friday night.
Yeah, you've so far on this kind of little journey around the country, you've taken 7 points, and 6 points out of the 2 games that were originally supposed to be the home games, as if I remember correctly. So how big an opportunity is it to go to Kerry, to come back, be away from home for a while, and then get a boost ahead of what is hopefully a well-attended game on Monday? Yeah,
you break down the season into probably sections, and the first round of games we'd 5 at home and 4 away, so we knew that there was going to be the reverse in the second round of games, and we were pleased with the points return we got after the first 9, resulting in the situation with the pitch. We've had to reverse 2 of the home games, 2 away games, so it's a huge second 9 games for us this year, and 7 of them are going to be away from home and 2 at home, and that's sort of where we're at. We're focused on the more small mini goals that we've set ourselves as a staff and as players as well, and if we can see out the second round of games, we know then I think the third round of games we've only got 1 away from home in the league in June and July, so it's a huge 7 days for us with 2 more games away from home, but importantly as well, we're back at the Cross for Wexford on Monday, so it's a massive 7 days, and that's obviously starting with Kerry now on Friday night.